All right, folks, I'm going to work on the assumption that I'm framed here because I can't see it. Dane, JONAH Guitars. I just wanted to a really brief little intro to this video and hopefully just get past this. My computer crashed. I think I've already mentioned this before, but it crashed and I have so far not been able to retrieve anything. So there are a lot of things that are probably 2 and 3 years old that I've had bits and pieces of that I was planning on putting up. I had just started the 48 Martin guitar, crack, repair, neck reset. Just did the intro on that. So as it stands, that's going to be it. But I am going to take the computer in and see what happens. Maybe they can retrieve some stuff off of it. I have a new computer. So I'm just going to be moving over into that computer, and I'm going to be using iMovie instead of whatever it's called, Wondershare's movie thing, video editing. So anyway, just I hope not to keep having to reiterate this. I don't want to put you through that, and I just want to kind of get past it. So I lost everything unless something changes, and if it does, I'll let you know. But so as of now, we're just moving forward with whatever I have currently on this card. I know I've done a few things or bits and pieces of things on this card. So like I said, we'll move ahead and I'm over it. All right. Thank you. Stick around. I'm not even sure what video is coming up because I'm not 100% sure what's on this card right now. Take care and hang out. This could very well be the first video on the new computer and the yeah. This is an unusual instrument, and I'll do a quick show here. This is a banjo with a wooden top. It's quite a ring of looks like oak. Probably turned, I'm guessing. Looks like a pretty good little bit of turning. Got a massive neck on the thing. Pretty massive neck. Give you an idea. You see the girth. I guess this is the word. A little teeny peg head with some really, get this as close as I can, some really cut up tuners there to make them fit on the back of that peg head, and a friction peg here that's strictly a friction peg stuck in a hole. Doesn't really hold tension very well. Pops off really easy. So the guy who ended up with this, I don't know if he's related or if he just found it in a estate sale. Apparently this older fella left some unusual instruments behind that he had built. And so I'm going to move this down here. We're going to check out a few things just to see what the possibilities are. And so, like I said, it's actually about 3/16 inch thick laminate. Looks like just birch plywood. The neck sort of looks like mahogany. I think I'm comfortable with that, saying that the neck is mahogany. And then also this post in the center here, which is just support to hold the neck in place. They just got a dowel one all the way through, didn't bolt it in or anything, so it's just in there. And that looks like mahogany as well. So here's the plan, or here's the request. I don't know if I'm actually going to get to work on this thing or not. It has a basically has a 0 fret. Let's see if I can get that in the camera. Well, it's here somewhere. Has a 0 fret with that nut. I'm dodging stuff on the other end here. But the strings are laying on the peg head as they come out of the nut. So you would like to see that eliminated, which shouldn't be difficult. I can. It looks like they had a net let in at around this area. Yeah, right here you can see the line on top there. Yeah, where apparently they had carved a nut in there, and then decided to move it closer to the 0 fret. So I'm just gonna take a chisel and gouge down in that area right behind the nut there, and just relieve that. Also, so there was some rattling going on. So that's definitely rattling. Oh, it's rattling on the other string. Okay, let me get that 5th string out of the way. That's why it was making strange noises. Okay. So I'm going to rocker this thing and see. I already looked at the string height. It doesn't have fret markers or fretboard markers on top, side dots, or anything. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So right around here. And I'm just checking that 4th string. It's coming in at 5/16, 5/64, excuse me. So it's not super high, but a little high. The neck is pretty straight. I got a little bit of relief if I do that and that. I got well, let me just capo it. If my capo will fit this thing, like I said, this has got a massive neck on it. Oh yeah. Now let's see what we've got. So that's 5, 6, 7-ish. Interestingly enough, the 7th fret I can't get. This is 16. This is a 16 here. I can't get that under the 7th fret, but I can get it under the 8th fret with little problem. So there's a super high fret here. Anyway, I'm going to rocker the thing and see what we end up with. It should be kind of interesting. I'm thinking that probably get away with replacing. I can get a set of tuners that will actually probably fit this thing, and oh, I don't think I mentioned this. One of the pegs broke off on that. That's why one of the reasons we brought it in, hoping I could glue the peg back together. That's not really going to do it. Let's see what kind of thing we can figure out here. Oh, the other thing is the 1st and 2nd frets are ground off pretty flat and weren't recrowned. So I'm rocking on the 5th fret. I suspect I'm going to be rocking like a big dog, absolutely, on this 8th fret. All over the place. Wow. And then, of course, I have a gap from the 8th to the 9th. And then I've got another, I'm rocking. So maybe it's the 9th fret that's just low. It's not doing anything over here, though. So here, this is probably going to have to be just gone over and beat on and see if I can get any of these to see. You know what? Okay, I can actually see some slots on some of this. I'm beginning to wonder if this is even fret wire. It looks like it might just be round stock that he glued down. Anyway, I got definitely a rock in there. Lots of rock, and surprisingly up here it's not as bad. Oh, there's a really bad one. That's really high. Okay, so I can see where in certain areas you might get some really crazy fret buzz, like right here. Fortunately, the bridge is high enough that it solves a lot of that issue, but that's really a super high fret. So, well, what is the height of these frets? Let's check that out. So, okay, we're gonna. I have the StewMac calipers for whatever reason. They come with a notch. Well, the reason I have them is because I bought them. I do know the reason I have them, but I have a notch here to measure fret tangs with. And but for whatever reason, you have to zero them to use the bottom notch. So you have to push the little inside thing down and then zero it to get that. So the other, apparently I don't have that problem. You can just read zero automatically. So 54, 59, 61. So yeah, those first few frets definitely got chewed on. 63. Where's that number 9 that was so high? Or 8 rather. 6, 7, 8. Well, see, that shows low. So no, okay, here it is. Number 7 is 64 thousandths, and then the one behind it is 55, 57. So we got, yeah, we just need to get, need to grind some of these. All right, I lost the battery there for a second. So I think I was saying that we're just going to recommend a level. This thing is out enough, I think, that, and the worst case scenario I read was around 55. So, I mean, we might end up with all these being around 55 thousandths, 54 thousandths, and then recrowned. Yeah, I don't see any space under them. I've got to clean it up somewhat. If I do, I'll beat them in and you know, make sure they're seated. But it's also no radius on this board. It's completely flat. And so anyway, we could, between doing a little bit of work on that, I can't tell with that zero fret right up against the nut. I can't tell you what it might be as far as its height. I'd have to stack some feeler gauges up next to it, I suppose, and get a height that way. But I'll leave that alone. I guess it is actually hitting. I was thinking for a second that it wasn't touching the 0 fret. Thought it was hanging up in the nut. Anyway, I'll recommend that to the gentleman, the young man who acquired this. It doesn't have a truss rod in it, but like it's, oh, I did check that. It was about 16 thousandths here at the 6th fret. The 7th fret is a lot higher. Weird. Anyway, so I can't really judge it from that, but that's it. I'm gonna get a little bit of an estimate together for this fellow, give him a call and see what he says. All right, that's it for this. Banjo, for lack of a better word. And I think that's a rosewood, piece of rosewood for the bridge there. All right. If I get to work on this thing, I'll bring you back in. For now, take care. We'll see you next time.